Oi, eu sou a Letícia do blog Sustentações e neste segundo vídeo da segunda série sobre a Schumacher College vamos falar sobre economia. Eu entrevistei o coordenador Jonathan e o professor Tim do curso de mestrado em Economia para a Transição e eles falam sobre o que é economia vista de uma forma holística, o que é essa economia para a transição, novas formas de economia e dão dicas para quem quer fazer a diferença no mundo através de um negócio ou através de uma causa social. A entrevista completa está no blog e tem muito mais informação para você conferir sobre economia, incluindo como unir economia e espiritualidade e como que é viver em comunidades alternativas, comunidades criadas intencionalmente. Te espero lá.
So a conventional definition of economics would be what passes through the market, that which is subject to monetary exchange. And we would begin with the assumption that actually there are many things that go through the market that do not contribute to our well-being. Traffic accidents, oil spills, nuclear power stations, war, these all add to economic value and monetary value. And similarly, there are many things that do not pass through the market that are critical to our well-being, such as raising children, community work, volunteering, and the growing amount of exchange that's happening via the internet, actually not connected to money and markets. So we would look much more broadly and include a much wider range of human activities than just what passes through the market. Probably what most of the new ways of thinking have in common is that rather than having growth as a central purpose of the economy, it's well-being, whether it's defined as happiness or well-being, that fundamentally there is the assumption in the current system that economic growth is a proxy for well-being, and it's simply not. That beyond a rather low level of material well-being, the relationship between further consumption and well-being really ceases to exist. So the idea that the best way for us to proceed is simply to increase our consumption of consumer goods is kind of transparently a pretty shallow assumption. So if you relocate well-being at the center of the purpose of the economy, it opens up all sorts of new possibilities. My advice to people wanting to make an impact, and I'm going to shamelessly imitate Satish here. Satish says, don't get a job, the last thing you want to do is get a job. Make a livelihood instead. Of course there are jobs in the mainstream system that are useful. I'm doing one of them, so it is possible to find good work in the system, but much of the really important work that's being done is by people stepping outside and really reflecting on how can I affect change, not assuming that it's going to be a job within the current system, but that it is an organization or something that they will create themselves. And I would say maybe a really important thing is to individuals, is to stop thinking of themselves as individuals and to look for collaborators. When you find a team, all sorts of things become possible.
It's easy to have an idea and say, oh, we're going to do this, but actually your idea is never going to work out exactly as you plan, and you have to see that the most important process is to be open to those conversations, to try to create as many of these links as possible to people in the community around you, so that you're kind of open to possibility. That our kind of Western dominated culture has this idea that everything is driven by the kind of cognitive side of things, a sort of rationality, kind of rational approach to things. And so we might look at a problem like the environment and see it quite rationally and then think, okay, what's the rational way that we approach that particular problem? Actually, we have to start in the affective realm, which is the realm connected to our emotions. We also need to bring in the kind of creative or the imaginative dimension of things. Because again, if we start from a cognitive, rational perspective, that's all about kind of taking things apart, analysing things. But the kind of imaginative, creative is about trying to put things together in a new way and kind of imagine new ways of doing things. We've been taught to see ourselves as separate. So we're this objective observer and we are trying to do something to the world. At Schumacher we're exploring different ways of seeing the world not as a separate thing, but as something that we are intimately connected with and related to bring in practices that explore that connection that we have with others and with the world. And then that becomes the kind of the grounding of what we do or what we are drawn to. And then we can bring in the cognitive side.
E aí, gostou da entrevista? Se gostou, deixa seu curtir aqui embaixo, se inscreve no canal, que me ajuda bastante com o blog e eu fico muito grata. No próximo vídeo da série vamos falar sobre Ecological Design Thinking, ou como pensar o design de uma forma ecológica e o que isso tem a ver com as nossas vidas, como nós podemos introduzir esse estudo, essa forma de viver no nosso cotidiano. Até mais!